Good morning to you. Welcome back. You're now on the Entrepreneur Spotlight on the Weekend Show. Today on the Spotlight, we are having Mr. Mekunye Kidochukwu Prince of Just Fix It Synergy Nigeria Limited. Good morning, sir.
Good
Welcome
morning.
to the Spotlight.
Good morning. Thank you.
Fine, thank you. So can you tell us briefly about Just Fix It Synergy Nigeria? What exactly is it all about?
Just Fix It Sanitation is a wash consultancy firm. We are experts in water supply, sanitation, and hygiene. So that we go through all the process of ensuring that Nigerians have access to clean water and good sanitation facilities and hygiene practices. So we go as far as project execution, training, and also consultancy in the whole of wash development.
Interesting. So now we know the importance of having good, drinkable, clean water. So but when it comes to the sanitation aspect of the Fix It Synergy company, can you elaborate more and tell us what exactly you do in terms of sanitation and hygiene?
Okay, recently we came to know that Nigeria is ranking number one in open defecation.
Apologies for that break in transmission. We're back with Mr. Mekunye Prince of Just Fix It Synergy Nigeria. So, sir, you were telling us, we're elaborating more on the sanitation aspects of Just Fix It. Can we hear more on that?
Okay, so I said recently Nigeria is ranking number one globally when it comes to open defecation. So sanitation being a
Number
very
one globally.
yeah in
Interesting.
open defecation. So about over 20% of Nigerians don't have access to good sanitation and hygiene facility, so which is the toilet. So at Just Fix It Synergy, we started looking at what can we do to improve access to toilet facilities in Nigeria. So we started production of local production of mobile toilets because we've realized that when the facility is not where it can be accessible at a particular time, people don't have a choice but to use the bush, the gutters, and the drainage systems across the country. Abuja is not exempted.
Yes.
If you check along the highways, the motor
yes.
parks, and almost everywhere around Abuja, you see that open defecation is of high practice. So now we are constructing movable toilets that you can install at strategic positions so that people can have access to use the toilet when nature calls. And our brand of toilet is called the Green Toilet.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so besides the environmental part of it, what about cleaning, industrial cleaning? Do you guys also do cleaning services? So, for instance, a brand new house that just finished with construction, you know how it's
Yeah.
usually looks. So does Just Fix It also cover that part of sanitation?
No, we
as well?
don't do
Okay.
house cleaning. We only do, we are based mainly in the aspects of water supply and sanitation and hygiene when it comes to toilet use. But recently we've developed a model for effective management of public toilet systems because we realize that another problem is when these facilities are available, are they being used properly? Are they managed or maintained properly? Because if a toilet is available but it's not clean, it's still not available. So we've been able to develop another model for effective management of public toilet systems in Nigeria.
So mostly your points of focus are clean water and hygienic sewage disposal.
Yes.
Interesting. So can you tell us some challenges that you've experienced? You know, a lot of businesses, all businesses have their ups and downs and their challenges. So what challenges specifically have been predominant in your business experience since you started?
Yeah, challenges we face is acceptability. People have to accept what you're proposing to the public. Actually, people still don't see sanitation and hygiene as a key problem in the country.
Are you saying people still prefer to defecate in the bushes?
Yeah, people still don't see the implication of open defecation. From UNICEF, over 700 children die annually due to cholera and poor sanitation and hygiene-related diseases. These are implications of what we do. When we defecate in the open, it goes back into surface and groundwater. So most of us in the city centers, we feel it doesn't really concern us. But those vegetables you go to get in the market may have been irrigated from contaminated surface water or groundwater. So we have to understand the implication of our practices. So we will now welcome a product. So public awareness like this has been a challenge, but recently, through the help of the media, people are beginning to understand the implications of what they are doing. Then another challenge definitely is the financial aspect of it. Producing these toilets locally is not very cheap, but it's still cheaper than importing them because all our materials are locally sourced. And apart from sourcing them locally, we're using local craftsmen and we are providing employment to the people. So the financial system don't really welcome new products because they feel you don't have that ground yet for them to stick their risk. But recently, by our own internal source of funding, we've been able to develop more product and increase our production capacity. Then another thing is the government also, when policies are being brought up, there is this slow or negligence in policy implementation. So when the government says no to open defecation, but the agency who is supposed to go after the policy to ensure that the people really understand the policy and the people tend to welcome it and own the policy, the agency have to be active. So government also need to play their own role in trying to ensure that these policies of ending open defecation, because we just have 5 years. Our projection is that by 2030, Nigerians should not defecate in the open. Nigerians should have access to clean water. But if as at 2025, over 40 million Nigerians still defecate in the open, then we have a problem. So the government has a major role to play.
Interesting. So in a nutshell, the basic challenges you're facing are investors, interest in the business and investors. Okay, so it's interesting how it's like the two problems your company solves are interconnected now, because you mentioned how open defecation contaminates our water bodies, and you also talk about your business also emphasizing on water sanitation and supplying hygienic water for us. So can you throw more light on that aspect? Because you've explained the sanitation part now. Can you throw more light on the water supply, hygienic water supply part? Do you do boreholes? Do you do installation of all those filtration equipment for the water supply facilities? What exactly?
Actually, Just Fix It started with borehole drilling. The name Just Fix It came up when we visited a lot of communities across the country, and we realized that there's really no community in Nigeria that doesn't have one existing water infrastructure. I've not seen a community that doesn't have one infrastructure, but you see them abandoned. I'll give you an example. There's a community in Kuje we're working on now. We got a report that they don't have any infrastructure at all. They don't have access to water. But only to send people for preliminary investigation, they have over 5 abandoned water schemes. So we came up with that name. Why not just fix these abandoned existing infrastructures and coming up with new ones? So we started with borehole drilling and installations. But the truth is, borehole drilling and installations are supposed to be solutions for remote areas, not for city centers. City centers should have access to pipe-borne water, not boreholes. So boreholes are supposed to be emergency solutions for areas that are quite a distance. But now we've turned borehole to be the norm.
Every compound.
Which is very, very abnormal. So at Just Fix It, we are not just into the aspect of providing water through boreholes, water treatment, and co. We are also into research on the implications of our practices. Because we are busy drilling boreholes everywhere, but we don't understand the implication of what we are doing on the environment. The unregulated borehole drilling we are carrying out is impacting on groundwater. And when it's impacting on groundwater also, when the ground is dry, the vegetations will go out. You have desertification, and we're experiencing climate change. So at Just Fix It, we are not just focused into water supply. We go through the chain of also conducting researches on implications of what we are doing and in relation to climate change also.
Interesting. Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank
coming
you.
on the show.
Thank
Unfortunately,
you
we
very
don't have
much.
enough time. I would have let you elaborate more on that aspect. So quickly, your contact information for any of the viewers who would want to contact Just Fix It Synergy Nigeria for your services.
Okay, our website is active, www.justfixitsynergy Nigeria Limited. And our phone number is also very active, 08038932394. We have an office along Kubwa Expressway, opposite NYC Junction,
Thank you so
Abuja.
much. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, Mr. Mekunye Kidochukwu Prince of Just Fix It Synergy Nigeria Limited. Unfortunately, this is where we draw the curtains on the Entrepreneur Spotlight. But don't forget to follow our Weekend Show NG on all social media platforms, join our YouTube channel, subscribe to get reruns on all our previous episodes, and don't forget to follow yours truly at Tenderly on social media. So we'll take a quick short break and we'll be right back on the Weekend Show with more episodes. Don't go anywhere.